Hello everyone, welcome to Mechatronics class. In today's session, we discuss on unit number 1, Introduction to Mechatronics, Sensor and Actuator. This is part 9 video of that unit. In today's session, we discuss on encoders. Under this encoders topic, we discuss on incremental encoders and absolute encoders. Second topic is proximity sensors. Under this proximity sensors, we discuss on inductive sensors, capacitive sensors, and optical sensors. One by one, we discuss on all these points. After discussing all these points, the outcome of today's session is identification of key elements of mechatronic system and its representation in terms of block diagram. So let us begin with today's session. So today's session first point is encoders. An encoder is a device that provides a digital output in response to linear or angular displacement. An optical encoder is a suitable transducer for the measurement of angular position and has the added advantages of having a digital output. An optical encoder have four main parts such as a light source, a code disk, a light detector, and a signal conditioner. Most rotary encoders are composed of glass or plastic code disk with a photographically deposited radial pattern organized in tracks. A digital optical encoder is a device that converts motion into a sequence of digital pulses. By counting or decoding these bits, the pulses can be converted into relative or absolute position measurements. The optical encoders are in a rotary or linear configurations. The rotary encoders are of two forms. First one is incremental encoder and second one is absolute encoder. So let us discuss about incremental encoder. An optical incremental incremental encoder have become the most popular device for measuring angular speed and position within a motor drive or at the shaft of wheel or steering mechanism. The incremental optical encoder has only one track or equally spaced slot. Position of shaft is determined by counting the number of slots that passes by photosensor, where each slot represents a known angle. This encoder system required some initial reference point, which may come from second sensor or reference sensor. For keeping the track of the position, the controller must know in which direction the disk will be running as well as the number of slot passes. So this is the figure of incremental encoders. So in this figure, this is the moving disk having the number of slots on the periphery of it. Each slot is having some at angle. So this disk, it will be get mounted on the shaft. On one side of that disk, there is a light source is provided. This light source of having the LED's light. This light rays, it should be get transmitted through these slots, and it will be get received from the another sides having the light receiving elements. So this is about the construction of the incremental encoders. So let us see the block diagram of incremental encoder system. So this is the block diagram of incremental encoder system. So this block diagram of encoder systems is, so let us discuss about the principal operation of this system. The encoder is generate pulse as the shaft rotates. These pulses are counted by using the counter. These pulses are generated neither by optical or by magnetic means and detected by using suitable sensors. The disk is basically opaque, but it has a pattern of windows cut in it into it. The light source LED is passes through these windows when the disk will be rotating. So this is about the incremental encoders. So let us discuss about some applications of incremental encoders. The first application is measurement of angular speed of a shaft. Second one is measurement of angular position of an element. And last application is measurement of shaft misalignment. Now next is absolute encoder. Now this is the setup diagram of absolute encoders. So having this encoder having this disk. This having the number of slots, it should be get placed on the face of the disk. This disk it will be get mounted on one of the shaft. On one side there is a light emitting diodes, and this light rays it should be get transmitted those particular slots, and it should be get received on the another sides, as these are the photo transistors, and there is a between them there is a fixed slit. So let us discuss about these absolute encoders. An absolute encoder generates digital word that represent the encoder's actual position as well as its speed and the direction of motion. An absolute encoder disk has a series of concentric tracks, each consisting of transparent opaque segment. The absolute encoder is designed to produce a unique word corresponding to each rotational position of the shaft that distinguish n distinct position of the shaft. It consists of an encoder disk, an array of optical source such as LEDs, and an array of photodetector. The encoder disk has number of traces on it. These traces are arranged in gray code. The gray code coding has the advantages over other coding that only one bit is changed per step, this avoiding misreading. The number of traces corresponding to the number of steps per rotation. The optical source is fixed on one side of the encoder disk, and on other side of this a photodetector are arranged such that whenever trace of disk comes across the optical source, light emitted from it can be sensed by photodetector. After counting a single bit or by decoding a set of bits, the pulses can be converted to relative or absolute position measurements. Encoders have both linear or rotary type, but the most common type is rotary. Rotary encoders manufactured in two basic forms, the corresponding to each rotational position of shaft and the incremental encoder, which produces digital pulses such as the shaft rotates, allowing measurement of relative position of shaft. Most rotary encoders are composed of glass or plastic coat disc with a photographically deposited radial pattern organized in track. As radial lines in each track interrupt the beam between a photoemitter detector pair, digital pulses are produced. So this is about the absolute encoder. Now let us discuss about the proximity sensor. The proximity sensor are pilot devices used to detect the presence of an object without making any physical contact. They are solid state electronic devices normally of eddy current type or inductive capacitive type. Proximity simply tells that central system whether a moving part is at a certain place. Proximity sensor come under the non-contact type of sensor. They are used to determine when an object has moved to within some particular distance. Proximity sensors have a long functional life and high reliability due to the absence of mechanical parts and the lack of physical contact between the sensors and the target. A proximity sensor that is adjusted to a very short range can often be used as a touch switch. Now discuss about the some features of proximity sensors. Typical sensing distance for proximity switch is 0.2 mm to 10 mm. Second feature is the proximity switch is available for AC and DC loads. And last one is the proximity switch can sense non-metallic target also. These types of switches use a variable capacitance circuits and anything in target range that changes capacitance will cause the switch to trip. Now let us discuss about the first type of proximity sensor is inductive sensor. So this is the inductive sensors diagrams. An inductive sensor consists of a coil wound around a ferrous metallic core, detector circuit and solid state output. So this will be as shown in this figure with the supply voltage. The oscillator operates to produce a high frequency field when a metallic object is placed near the field. Eddy current are produced on the surface of the object. Consequently, these currents results in a loss of energy in the oscillator circuit, which in turn cause a smaller voltage of oscillation. The detector circuit recognizes a change in amplitude and generates a signal that will result in output device being on or off. So this is about the inductive sensors. So the advantages of inductive sensors are, first one is inductive proximity sensor are very accurate when compared with other technologies. Second one is it will work in the very harsh environment. Third, having very high switching rate. And last one is the sensing range is more than 6 centimeter. Now there are some disadvantages of that inductive sensors are it has a limit of operating range. It will only detect the metallic target only. Now let us discuss about the applications. It detects the metal and detect host of automated industrial processes. Now this is about the inductive sensors. Now second is capacitive sensor. Capacitive proximity sensor is a device actuated by both conductive and non-conductive material. The pair of plates of a capacitor is separated by some distance. Depending upon the separation, the capacitance measure will be changed. Therefore, proximity of object can be detected if one of the plates of capacitors act as a switch and other act as a metal object whose proximity is to be detected. So in this figure we can show the circuit diagram of capacitive sensor. The plate and object acts as a plate and air as a dielectric. As an object comes to the plate, the capacitance increases with trigger the detector circuit based on the amplitude output from the oscillators. An advantages with this sensor is that they are capable of detecting both metallic and non-metallic targets whose dielectric constant is more than that of air. They are generally low cost and have good resolution, stability, high speed and low power uses. Now let us discuss about the advantages of capacitive sensor. The first one is it can detect both metallic and non-metallic targets, good stability, high speed, good resolutions. Capacitive sensors are good in terms of power uses, and last one is low cost. Now let us discuss about the disadvantages. They are affected by temperature and humidity. Next, could be triggered by dust, moisture, etc. Sensitivity to noise, difficulties in designing, linearity is not good, capacitive proximity sensors are not as accurate compared to inductive sensors. Now let's uh, talk about the third type as optical sensor. Now this is the diagrams of optical sensor, how it will be work. So let us discuss about how these optical sensors are work. A sensor that uses light source and light detector is called optical sensor. An optical sensor that is used to detecting the presence of an object is called optical proximity sensor. A good example of optical proximity sensor is photoelectric proximity sensor. Photoelectric proximity sensor use a beam of light to detect the presence of object that block or reflect the light beam. A beam of light passes from the light source and a phototransistor detects the presence or absence of light from the sources. So in the infrared LEDs may be used as a light source. So this figure we can shows the various method of using light to detect the presence of object. So let us talk about the advantages. The advantages of optical sensors are small in size, fast switching, no switch bounce. Next, insensitive to vibration and shock. Next, many configurations are commercially available. Now let us discuss about the disadvantages. Alignment, that is proper incidence of light is necessary, can be disturbed by ambient light conditions such as arc welding in the proximity. And last is dust free, low moisture and clean environment is necessary. Now let us talk about the applications. Now applications of optical sensors are position measurement, detecting dynamic motion, touch pads, assembly testing, aviation safety, ground proximity warning system, air gauging, differential system, speeding, and last one is conveyor systems. So in this session we discuss on some points of encoders as well as we discuss on proximity sensors. So thank you for watching this today's sessions. Thank you very much.